Member for Drysdale.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. Treasurer, this morning you provided a ministerial report on the federal budget. A federal budget that delivered $0 for Palmerston, $0 for Katherine, $0 to Alice Springs, $0 for the people who live along the Stuart Highway. In your speech this morning, you highlighted a $200 million federal contribution for the duplication of the Stuart Highway between Darwin and Katherine. Regional roads such as the Stuart Highway are critical for the movement of resources, cattle, goods and exports, and our military equipment and personnel, an area of increasing focus. Safe regional roads are also critical for the Territory residents who travel to work and leisure. Treasurer, can you please outline to the House the terrible deal the Territory got from the federal budget handed down last night, as I have a few ideas for where Prime Minister Anthony Albanese can stick those bamboo sticks, and if he digs deep enough, Madam Speaker, he might prod his brain and remember there's a Northern Territory.
Yes, I said that. Your time's expired. Member for Drysdale. Treasurer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The member for Drysdale did actually ask me a question, and I'd like to answer that question, Madam Speaker.
What's your point of order?
My standing order, Madam Speaker, is 109, the manner and form of questions. I believe the member for Drysdale is out of order in the last component of his question, and I ask that he can re-ask it because there were insults and imputations there about the Prime Minister of Australia.
What you said was disorderly. It was about the Prime Minister. So can you withdraw that, please?
I withdraw, Madam Speaker.
No, look, let's just calm down and let the Treasurer answer the question that was asked.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for Drysdale for the question. And Madam Speaker, last night I watched federal Labor's budget get handed down. And Madam Speaker, this federal budget is more than a slap in the face. They may as well have effectively thrown the budget book at us. The main takeaway, Madam Speaker, from the budget night was a lacklustre commitment to the Territory of only $200 million for the duplication of the Stuart Highway between Darwin and Katherine. And that's conditional on the Northern Territory putting up $40 million to make that project go ahead. And let's not forget, Madam Speaker, that the Tiger-Brennan overpass cost $200 million alone. So what are we going to get with $200 million for duplication of the highway between Darwin and Katherine? Mate, we'd be lucky to make it past Palmerston. Queensland, Madam Speaker, on the other hand, received $7.2 billion in new funding for the Bruce Highway. And Madam Speaker, just last year the Territory's budget was just over $11 billion. That's right, our entire budget for the Northern Territory, which covers our infrastructure program, our health and education services, and the work we do to protecting the community and improving public safety, isn't even double what Queensland received last night for a single highway. $200 million out of hundreds of billions of funding commitments is just chump change to the federal government. It's maintenance money, Madam Speaker, not the serious investment that we need. Madam Speaker, we may only have a population of 255,000, but we punch well above our weight. We may only make up 1% of the national population, but we grow over half Australia's mangoes. We are home to the MacArthur River Mine, which is one of the world's largest zinc, lead, silver mines, and are the front line of defence for our allies in the Asia-Pacific region. I'll say again, we are not on the front line, Madam Speaker, we are the front line. I think the federal Labor government needs a reminder that Territorians do a lot for this country. We contribute a lot to our economy, and we deserve a lot more than a couple of $100 million for the Stuart Highway that we got given last night. Madam Speaker, by not investing in the Northern Territory, the federal Labor government is also letting down the nation. The Northern Territory has everything the nation needs, and yet all the feds could cough up is a road. What about support for infrastructure in the Beetaloo Basin, which has enough gas to keep the lights on in the country for up to 400 years? What about the funding, not just equity, for Middle Arm and our infrastructure hubs, which will be the gold mine for this country's economic development, Madam Speaker? It's obvious that the federal Labor government sees the Territory as a frontier town with nothing to offer. All they see is a backwater that wants for nothing more than the Stuart Highway duplication. This is a dog deal that the Albanese Labor government gave the Territory in the worst federal budget handed down in recent
Time's
history.
expired, Minister.